For the first few days, we handed out food in the city downtown and got to meet people. And then the last few days, we helped out with the churches around the community and cleaned up, did some other things like that.
Lucy Ministry, each day we did a different thing. One of my favorite days was when we went to a school/summer program and we got to help the teacher organize their classroom and just go through different donations, and then we got to make a summer bulletin board to spread the word about it and pass out flyers, and that was just super fun to be a part of something that I couldn't be there for but I could help out with.
One day we went to a food distribution company, and another day we cleaned out someone's office, and we just did different things.
We went downtown Philly to Love Park, and we handed out lunches to homeless people, and it was really nice because you didn't just hand them out, you actually got to talk to homeless people, which I've never done, and you get to see that they're people just like us.
When I was handing out lunches, it really reminded me that people who are experiencing homelessness are real people too.
I got to know a person who was from the military, had lost 2 legs, and it was really interesting to get to know him.
I met someone named Jerry, and he was living on the streets, and we ate lunch with him that day, and it was a great experience to meet him because he was a writer and didn't have any paper or pens, so I gave him my notebook that I had in my backpack, and he really appreciated that.
We were there for Miss Lisa and her 2 children.
The house was in really bad conditioning. The chipmunks ripped up their house, and we had to really fix that. And she had a fire on top of her house, and we had to fix all the drywall and put it back.
I was mainly working in her oldest son's room because there was water that got in the drywalls.
Some people painted the walls and ceiling, we spackled, we did drywall, and we did some plaster.
My favorite part was when we had to call my dad because we were having a hard time on one of our projects.
Club was something that we did every night where we just got to get together as a big group and dance and sing and worship in many different ways.
We get to learn and sing so much about God, and it's just a place where all of us can connect with each other.
At Club, we listen to upbeat worship music and we all jam out.
Hearing songs that we hear at church on Sundays was kind of cool to hear it there too.
At the end of the week, I ended up dancing. I was jumping up and down, and I didn't even care anymore.
On Tuesday, we went to a roller skating rink, and it was outdoors, and we also did some carnival games where I won a giant inflatable unicorn named Dilbert the Fifth.
We went roller skating, which I've never done before, and I found out I can do it. I didn't know that.
We went to an escape room, and we were split off into 2 different groups. In the group that I was in our room, there was a cockroach that was crawling around, and we were all freaking out. So Philip came in and stepped on the cockroach. We went with 53 seconds left, and it was really fun.
The community barbecue was a barbecue that the Philadelphia Project puts on every Wednesday.
Anyone that came could get free food.
The groups there help pass out meals and clean up and talk to everyone. And then after the barbecue, they had a free concert with the gospel choir, which was really cool.
Covenant night was a chance where your leaders got to pray for you, and then you got to write on a whiteboard that said I am, and write down a covenant that you wanted to keep with God, and that really helped you think about your faith and your faith journey.
And it's an emotional night for everyone because it's a really good time to connect with God, and there's a movement through that.
I saw God during celebration night, so it was a night where they had open mic and you could freely walk up and talk about your experiences, and it seemed like God was working through a lot of people.
I hope I'll never forget all the interns and how nice they were.
What I learned through the whole trip is that even through your hard times, God is always there with you.
I have seen God this week in people. I've seen the ways that people have opened up a little bit to whether it be praying or just talking in general or even dancing.
When you're in a new place, you're you're looking at everything with like new eyes, like a tourist eye, and then you kind of like see the suffering for the first time. So I hope I never forget that, like, even though I'm always here and like sure I like pass by homeless people and I might not see them, like to not forget to see them because their suffering is like real, just like other people's.
I hope I don't forget the memories that I made on the trip and the friendships that I got closer with.
I think someone should go on a mission trip because the way you see different like communities and like how you see different people while you're on a mission trip is like kind of changes your point of view of how not everyone has like the same things.
It's a really good community builder. You get to know like people in the church, like you know them, but you get to know them more at like a deeper level.
It will bring you more to God, and it will help you learn like more stuff that's actually happening in the world.
I think someone should come on the mission trip because it's a great experience. You get to learn a lot of new things and create friendships.
Well, if you go with your church, you really get to know the other people that go with you, your leaders, and the other kids from your church. Since it's a new environment, you also experience your faith in a new way.
Somebody should go on a mission trip so that they can learn more about God and spread the word about Him.
Thank you, shareholders.
Thank you, shareholders.
Thank you, shareholders.
Thank you, shareholders.
Thank you, shareholders.